Talk about the new blue card. The blue card. They are once again changing the landscape, or trying to change the landscape of football as we know it. This is from City Extra's Twitter. Big up Freddie Pie. Breaking: blue cards are to be introduced in professional football as part of sin bin trials to be announced on Friday. The move will see players removed from the field for 10 minutes if they commit a cynical foul or show dissent towards a match official. And then top tier competitions will be excluded from initial testing of blue cards in case protocols require further refinement, but elite trials could begin this summer. That may include the FA Cup and Women's FA Cup, with the FA considering volunteering. So we're looking at the prospect of sin bins, rugby-esque. Obviously, rugby has a yellow card as a sin bin. In GA8 here in Ireland, we have what's known as the black card. A black card, initially when it was brought in, was a sin bin. I'm not for it. I'm actually totally against it in football as we know it, because it's going to add a total new dimension to debates and grey areas. Mm-hmm. Well, you only won this game because so-and-so was sent off for 10 minutes. And I think it's going to be a mess if it sees the light of day.
It's another thing for the refs to get wrong. It adds a little bit more decision making in there. I think it's a red, blue, or yellow. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's a bit much, man. It's a bit much.
It's a joke.
I get. They've wanted sin bins for ages. They've wanted it for ages. This is the way of introducing it. I know that what's it called? Alexander Serafin, whatever his name is, the Champions League Donny. He's come out and he's like, nope, load of bullshit. We're not having that in the Champions League or the Euros. So it's going to be trialled from next season in the FA Cup and the women's. It's not going to be in the Premier League next season. It's only going to be trialled in those games and not in the top games either. It's going to be trialled basically like lower from next season onwards. But UEFA Champions League, they're saying we're not having it in Euros or Champions League. So again, we're introducing rules that isn't cross-board. It's just us doing it differently. Do you know how like VAR, UEFA already had their version of VAR working, and Premier League was like, no, we're going to do it our way. We're going to do it our own way to make it different.
Yeah,
so that's why you have this. Yeah, that's it. So we have our own way of doing things, and it keeps it separate from that. That's why when you watch Champions League football, there are different ways to implement the same rules as there is to the Premier League, and it's going to be the same with blue cards. We're going to be watching games going in Champions League games going, oh, that was the Prem. That would be a blue card.
And what is it? If you get two blue, can you get ultimate blue cards?
Oh, wait, no. So it gets even better, right? I guess even more fuckery. So if you get a yellow and a blue card, that could lead to a red card, apparently. If you get two blue cards, a red card. Do you know what I mean? They're combining fucking colours now.
And how many people can go off at the same time then?
I know.
Just say a team surrounds the ref.
Oh yeah, and everyone gets a blue card. You got Edison in net, just like
blue. 5 players gone. Under the rules, you've abandoned the game out.
Yeah. Green card, surely. Yeah.
And then the next step is, so if that equates to a red, 2 blues and a yellow, blue and a yellow goes to a red, but it's only in the FA Cup. That means, but then you're out of the FA Cup. Where does your ban come?
It's so confusing.
Where are we putting the ban then? Is the ban going on? Well, in 3 years' time, we'll put that ban in because you got 3 blue cards 3 years ago. But it's only a trial. Sorry, this is people trying to mess with things the wrong way. This is trying to get the referees respect. There's one way you get it done. You mic a ref up. That's it.
Yeah, Did you ever see that Australian game where the referee, I think he's in the Premier League now, actually, that same Australian referee. Yeah. Is he called Jared? He was mic'd up for a match in an Australian game, and it worked so well. The clarity that you had with what was going on the pitch was just so evident. Now, obviously, some stuff gets said on football pitches that we don't hear. But Jared Gillett, however you say his name. I think that is the perfect way There you go. Say nothing there. Make the refs' mics audible first. That should be the next.
Yeah.
If you want to improve the Premier League for the better, that should be the next implementation that goes into the game. Let us know what the referees are saying, so then we can understand the decisions that they're making as well.
Their
You
argument
can't
is
get reds and yellows right. So where are we going with the blue?
That's what I
I'm
mean.
saying.
You're adding another thing into the mix that they're just going to fuck up. Especially this color coding. Do you know what I mean? Mixing and matching, reds, blues and yellows, and I've just confirmed, by the way. I've just checked it as well, and it is 2 blues is a red and a blue and a yellow is a red. So 2 yellows would be a red card, a blue and a yellow, and 2 blues all equal.
Where does the ban come into place then? 'Cause it's only in the
how
FA
long?
Cup.
How long is a 2 blue red card ban for?
How many blues equals a ban?
So hang on. Is it coming into so is it being trialled by the Premier League or
It's
by
been
the
tried.
FA?
It's
The
been
FA.
trialled by the FA into the FA. So
So the Premier League have nothing to do with this then.
I think they're
Not right
keeping
now.
it. Basically, they're looking at it. They're letting it be trialed in the FA Cup first and the Women's League first, and then we're gonna go and make a decision on yes, we keep
Because
it
then you've
or
got
not
another
keep
problem.
it.
The FA don't need you to vote it. In the Premier League, you'd need all the teams to vote that ruling.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's why they're going.
There's
That's
too
why they're
much,
saying
there's too much
let the
politics in this.
let the FA Cup run with it. We'll get people used to it in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
and then
117 'cause it's a blue card.
Yeah, when people then go, oh yeah, we like that, and they show it in full work, then they'll introduce it in the Prem and apply it to all teams. Because then they have the product in front of you, and they can say to all 20 teams, "What do you think of this?"
I mean, they're changing VAR, aren't they, next year? They're going to make it where the referee, you're going to hear the referees. So, you know, when when the referees go to the monitors, they watch it, you're going to hear that. So you're going to hear the talk through. That's what they're talking about now with explaining VAR, because they're saying people within the grounds never know what goes on.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on.
So they're saying that's going to go audio around the grounds so you can hear him talking to people. Well, then
they're doing too much.
That's a positive step. That's a good move. That is a good move.
Well,
but blue cards.
Blue cards not needed. I mean, you're going to change the sport with a blue card because you're going to change just individual moments that would have happened to making them not happen. Like there is an art to tactical fouls. Like, you know, it's the dying embers of the game and someone's attacking and then the defensive midfielder will hack someone down on purpose. It's a yellow card. It's a justified yellow card. That's not now going to be a blue card. So-and-so player will be sent off. And there's going to be that gray area of what constitutes a blue card. After every game where there's a blue card, you're going to have people saying that is a blue card. That's not a blue card. It's just, you're doing way too much. I agree with
it'll change the games as well, Hugh. Because how does a manager manage for a scenario where for 10 minutes you may lose 1 or 2 players, because then you're going to change your tactics, and then when that player comes back, revert back to your old tactics. Because you're not just going to 10 men for, say, something like now, someone gets sent off in the 60th minute. You'll see a manager, 30 minutes, right, we're going to tighten up or whatever. Can't just tighten up for 5 or 10 minutes. You're going to change that. You're going to confuse players. You're going to confuse. I don't know where we're going with it.
Also, I think the refs mic'd up thing is the way to go, but their argument to that for years has been, oh, well, there's too much foul language and, you know, you'll hear all this kind of stuff on the TV. They're not realizing that if you mic the refs up, the players aren't going to be as abusive or as foul languaged as they have been previously, because, you know, they'll get in trouble for that. So it would have a positive effect. I think you're going to mic up the referees.
What happens if it's in the 88th minute? Is that it? Are they going for a bath?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no! You'll serve your next 8 or 7 or 8 minutes in the beginning of the next match. You'll carry it on.
In Ireland, in the GAA, I think it's the black card is essentially what the blue in Ireland is what the blue card is going to be in England, and the rules of the black card kind of changed. I believe someone, if anybody from Ireland is in the chat, they'll remind me. Originally, a black card meant a forced substitution. So if a player got a black card, he was sent off, and you were forced to bring on a substitute for him. And then I think it became He's sin bin for 10 minutes. How would you feel about a forced substitution?
Nah. I think it's just weird, isn't it? A forced sub.
Yeah. Are we building
Forced
sin
sub.
bins as well? Is it going to be a sin box, like a penalty box?
Yeah, they go and stand
just
it.
go to
And then they get a yellow card for leaving your sin bin.
Because I don't mean this in a wrong way, right? Because they can't go to the dugout because managers could start using that tactically then. Say there's a player being rinsed for like 20 minutes and he's trying to get a message to him and he goes, right, take a blue card so you get over here and we can have a chat for 10 minutes. He can sit there and pass a load of instructions away to his mates, to the player who goes back on and goes, right, You're going to influence games. So you're going to have to put them in a sin box or send them away. Otherwise,
in rugby, they sit in a separate dugout. They sit in a chair on their own, in the naughty step.
In the naughty corner, yeah.
Imagine that in front of 80,000 people. Have the piss taken out.
You're going to get rinsed. You're going to get
like, 5 chairs. And then how many...
what happens if someone's in the sin bin when you get carded? I mean, is there space for more than one of these in the sin bin?
Yeah, there is.
I'll squeeze in on one little chair. Move up, lad. It's not like I'll get in on. Hey, I was sitting on me. How many have we got here? On shoulders.
Isn't that dangerous for the players, by the way? Because if they're in for 10 minutes, they're in the flow of the game. They'll start warming down. They'll start cooling down the body. And then they're going straight back into the action again. Because I'm presuming they won't be allowed to warm up during this period.
I think you can.
So you're going to get more injuries. See what I mean? They're not thinking about this. They're really
it will bring a new meaning to Jordy's getting the fucking bin. Yeah, it will. At least it'll make sense. When I say it doesn't make sense now.
You'll have to have a score, and then a sin bin count, and then
how many are in the sin bin?
Rodri will never finish a game. He'll never get 90 minutes.
He'll never do a 90 minutes. Never.
It's a mad prospect. I don't know. I personally don't see it landing properly. Do you?
I mean, we're going to see it next year. It's confirmed we're going to see the introduction of it next year in the FA Cup, but not in the top games. Apparently, top tier games they're calling it.
Do you know what it is?
So we will see it. So I'm interested to see how they implement it. I'm not in favor of it though.
Do you know what this is all about for me? It's all about because they are terrified of that Super League so much that they are trying to change the Premier League around to make it more entertaining, more attractive, more look what could happen. And I just think they're trying to change things that don't need changing. Or they're trying to change the wrong things. There's bigger problems within our game than a bleeding blue card and a sin bin for 10 minutes. Sorry, there's major more problems than that. Like
I don't watch football.
Referees.
I don't watch football and think, you know what we could do with here? A sin bin. I don't think I've ever watched football and thought that. Ever watched a game of football and gone, you know what? He could do with a sin bin him. Get him off.
He needs a cooler. He needs to calm it down for 5.
Get him out, but specifically 10 minutes because that's what will definitely sort him out. That and then get him back on, allow him back. I mean, I've just never watched that.
I don't know, man. This season, Rodri could have done with a cool down a couple of times.
yeah.
I mean, that's my point, though. You'd never see him. Yeah. Can you imagine? Honestly, I start having bets on hamstring injuries in the first 10 minutes are coming on and everything else. That's his hamstring gone, grind's gone.
It's I wonder who'd get the quickest sin bin card. You know what I mean? Who misses the first full 10 minutes of a match?
I'm telling you, it'd be
Rodri, wouldn't it?
It would have either been Fernandinho, but now Rodri.
Yeah, it would have been Fernandinho, definitely.
Saying that, Rodri's never had this, since he's gone on to this 3 yellows away from a 2-game ban, he's not getting yellows anymore. He's stopped.
I know. He's fixed up. MCFC Lads here says 3 blue cards for one team and the opposition goal shrinks by 50%.
Do you know what it's like? Do you know what it reminds me of? You know FIFA or FC 24 when you do that, where you can do different rules.
Yeah.
Survival.
Yeah, 1 goal's like
maybe
times
you score
2.
a goal, it takes a player out.
Yeah. Get rid of the offsides and that as well.
Someone's been playing a little bit too much FC 24, haven't they? Just a little bit too much. Mystery ball. Yeah, we'll be
Mystery
doing all
ball.
sorts next.
That's it. Mystery ball.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it pans out. But I reckon we'll park it there for the minute.